Hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. So I already shared this updated wave count yesterday and earlier today on Discord and Telegram for channel members. So if you're interested to get the latest updates, check out our membership. But based on the latest price action, I've added a micro count here on the chart. It's not an easy pattern. Yeah, it's absolutely not an easy pattern to count. However, we want to do it properly to understand the relevant support levels. So we're going to look at that. Yesterday, ADA clearly decided to go with the bullish scenario on this chart. So we have some clarity. As you will know, the relevant breakout point and decision point here was 30.5 cents. So from the moment onwards that we did get that signal that the bullish count would play out, price rose round about 24%. It's always important to be aware of these relevant parameters, which were clearly communicated in previous videos so that you can make your own decisions. Trading ideas were, for example, a breakout trade. Yeah, so you could have set, for example, a limit order above the breakout point. That would have been a possibility. Okay, or you could have traded the pullback, that pullback trade setup that I communicated a couple of weeks ago. So those were the relevant setups that we discussed here in the on the chart. Okay, so it also was quite clear that some kind of a volatile move was coming. Yeah, because we had this triangle pattern here on the chart. So price was heading into the apex. Whenever you move into the apex between two converging trend lines, you normally expect some kind of a volatile move. And yeah, clearly we had a lot of movement. A lot of people clearly missed it. A lot of people clearly didn't watch anything, or I don't know. But what I mean is, when prices are moving just sideways and everybody gets bored, people switch off. Yeah, I sometimes post something about that stuff on Twitter. It is when markets bore people out. I actually posted about that in the channel membership recently, and highlighted that in these periods of bore out, a lot of people will switch off, and then the markets are going to move when nobody's paying attention. Pure basics, very simple sentiment stuff. So what is the wave count now? So at the moment, I only have one for you. I only have one for you, and this one is valid as long as we're holding 33.2 cents. So we're going to talk about why. So we had a 1-2 setup down here, yeah, in on the 20th of June. So oops, this was the first move after the low on the 10th of June. So 1-2 setup, and now because this is choppy, not really an impulse, but we can count it as a diagonal. Now bear in mind that also in diagonal structures you have impulses. So the C wave, for example, is always typically an impulse. So therefore we have this aggressive movement at the moment, or we can explain it with that. But the idea is here a 1-2 setup, and then we are basically now in a third wave. In this third wave we had an A-B structure. Here that was the long setup, and we are basically now in the C wave of wave, one second, A, B, let me think. Yeah, we are now in this C wave here. I need to change the wave degrees. In this C wave, we have, of course, a 5-wave move. So I try to explain that structure to you. It's quite a complex one. We don't need to understand all the details, but what is relevant are the parameters that the wave count reveals. And in this C wave, we have another 5-wave move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're basically now in the yellow third wave. And in the third wave we have another ABC structure, because again we deal with an ending diagonal. Again, very complex, but that would go a little bit too far if we discuss all of that. But you can always ask a question below the video if you like to. But the point is, we're now basically in a 1-2, 1-2. Well, we completed that, and we're now in a third wave rally. Third wave might be complete here, at least the first third wave. So the count still would suggest that we can go higher. Here in a fifth wave of circle wave 3, then there would be a fourth wave and a fifth wave to complete the C wave of wave 3. So it's quite a bullish wave count now, after the breakout point was basically taken out, right? So that's now the best count I can offer at this stage. Now this might morph and change because it is only a diagonal structure, so it's not the clearest of patterns, but certainly it reveals some tradable levels. Here we've got the pullback zone now in a wave 4. So the idea is that we can push higher in another fifth wave of wave 3, as long as we're holding support. Support on this chart is 33.2 cents. So we've got the relevant levels at 35.7 cents. That's the 23.6 FIB level. 38.2 FIB, that's normally the ideal target for a fourth wave. And then the 50% FIB level at 33.2. From here, price can move higher in a fifth wave of a third and then eventually go higher. Be aware that if this is a diagonal, you are going to see some setbacks where you don't necessarily expect them. But so far, this is best I can offer. So a direct continuation higher is expected as long as 33.2 cents is holding, which means below that level, this whole thing might break down and it only topped in 3 waves, is going to lead to another low. That is still a possibility, but that's why we're tracking these relevant bullish support levels to give us a warning when the count and the scenario is failing. So that's very helpful because it gives you a very, very early warning, very helpful for risk management. And you can see that ascending trend line that price broke above yesterday, it might provide a bit of temporary support when we come down. Maybe we do a bit of a retest. We're going to see that maybe today, tomorrow. That's my update about ADA. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.